Today marks exactly 1 year since Britain began COVID lockdown measures, and Boris Johnson has said that restrictions are being eased once and for all. He also backed a plan to commit to a national day of reflection to mark the anniversary of lockdown, as a minute's silence took place at 12 noon today, remembering those who lost their lives to coronavirus. Charity Marie Curie planned the event, hoping it will be commemorated annually. And with the COVID crisis potentially turning a corner, RTK's Shadia Edwards-Dashti takes a look back at the past year.
This time last year, when COVID-19 began ripping through the UK, life for 66 million people changed forever.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Lockdown. It began as 3 short weeks. As the Prime Minister put it, squash the sombrero, keep the COVID-19 peak low to help the NHS cope. It quickly became the norm. The government had waited as long as it could, too long, said many. But as the horror scenes witnessed abroad became reality, hospitals filling up, empty supermarket shelves, there was little alternative.
Once an infection has seeded itself into a population, and is spreading fast, it becomes very difficult to contain and control it. And we were slow to put the barriers up to prevent the seeding in the first instance. Whilst the pandemic is a new virus, the art and craft of pandemic management is not new. And it is a bit disingenuous to say that because this was a coronavirus pandemic, we didn't know what to do. That is just not true.
3 official lockdowns in total so far, but most of 2020 lived under some restrictions. And the mess of constantly changing, contradictory rules left the public utterly baffled. Wash your hands, stay home, protect the NHS. No. Stay alert, control the virus, stay 2 meters apart. No, stay 1 meter plus apart. See only 6 people? No, don't see anyone unless you're in a support bubble. Don't go out to exercise, work from home, go in if it's essential, go back, but don't use public transport. No, work from home again.
I think pretty much every time that they've released a new set of rules, everyone's been a bit confused and they haven't been extremely clear.
Yeah, a lot of, I think, misunderstanding between government and us.
Somewhat confused, yeah. I guess it sort of cleared up towards the end, perhaps as people understood what we're trying to achieve.
I think there's always been a huge level of confusion and it's just become more apparent.
It's actually a big confusion because we don't know actually even if that's gonna finish or if it's gonna repeat again.
Totally confusing, for sure. It's been more confusing for the politicians, I think.
I don't think that the government ever should have been given the power that it has.
For a lockdown to work, there's got to be trust. Trust that there's a method in the madness, and the government and the scientists could be forgiven for not exactly knowing how to confront an unknown threat, but also the trust that we're all in this together, which broke very early on as rule makers turned apparent rule breakers.